Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a video on repopping on the torsos once you've done the modification for the articulation. A lot of you definitely seem to be getting stuck right there or don't want to, push too much because you don't want to break it, you don't want to damage anything, which is understandable. This is a very expensive figure. I wouldn't want to do that either. I'm also very careful and stuff like that, but um, so that's why we're here. We're gonna do I'm gonna do a couple of I'm gonna do more than one or two demonstrations. I'm gonna try to do like two or three so you guys can see. Try to get the idea, right? Repetitiveness is what works, and just being patient, of course, and just take your time when you're doing this. So we're gonna get to it. I only did the modification for mine on the for the app crunch on my battle damage one. I'm gonna also pop that one on and off as well on camera, both of them, so you guys can see. In case you only have one or the other, and you think the inside is a little different, or maybe it works a little different. Whatever the case is, I'm gonna pop both of them on camera so you guys can see, and I'm gonna show you the way I do it. And it's using leverage, and specific grip to the figure. But there will be other things you keep in mind that I'm gonna point out while you're doing this. So, okay, let's get to it. I'm gonna pop this guy's body off, right? The first thing you guys do need to know is I don't think this is gonna break here, so it's good to be careful. But a peg this thick, and then this piece in here, like if you feel like you're using all your strength, then yeah, stop and then kind of just readjust things. The main thing you need to know when you're gonna pop this back on is that this piece is the one that moves a lot, right? If it moves towards the back, his backside, then try to realign it the way it is right now, kind of straight, right? If it's slightly slanted downward, that's fine. It's not a bad thing. But just whenever it slides up, you got to readjust it if it does that. So every time you try to pop it in and that slides, readjust it and then do it again because it's not going to go in that way. This has to maintain its straightness. It has to stay straight, right? It can't be, let me show you, for example, like that, right? Actually, let me fix my light. It can't be like that, where it's tilted upward. You see that? You have to move this. Make sure it's straight. This is the main thing right here. This needs to be like right there. It can't be up here and it can't be all the way down there. It has to be centered. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but centered. Okay, second thing is don't leave the head sculpt on here while you're trying to pop this off. I mean, you're going to poke yourself. You're not going to get the best of grip unless you can figure out a way to do it with the head sculpt. That's fine. Using my method, that's okay too. But I recommend taking this off, right? If you've seen my tutorials, this should pop off easily. And then the main thing you're going to do is that once the head sculpt is off, right, you're pretty much grabbing the figure, right? Anywhere you feel comfortable, you're grabbing the bulk of the chest, right, like this, right? So like this. It's going to look like this. And then when you grab this piece, what I do is you could grab either leg really. I like to grab this leg right here. So it's going to look like this, right? The loincloth's right there. And that's pretty much most of the leverage. Also, as I'm pushing, sometimes I like to put my thumb on his crotch right here, and then for a little more added pressure while I'm holding it at the same time, and it kind of gets that last bit in there and snaps. So, and it pops in. One other detail you guys do need to be aware of, and this is probably another thing that kind of messes it up on when it comes to popping it back in, kind of throws you off, is that this piece, you can see that this big thick peg, it doesn't move, right? It's not a movable peg. It's in its place. It's a piece of plastic that's attached to all this, right? It doesn't move. But if your neck is pushed in, this piece doesn't stay aligned or straight. It kind of moves off to the side. I'm going to show you. Watch. You see how that's moving? When you push, this goes in right here. So if you're like trying to push it in, sometimes this goes in, right? When the neck goes in, this kind of sways off to the side. So sometimes you have to make sure that the neck is completely straight or kind of pushed this way, right, towards you, and it comes out. Let me show you if I can see. Okay, see how it looks right there, right? See how the neck looks? I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. If you push the neck inward, you see it kind of sinks in a little bit, right? If you push back and inward. So you don't want the neck to be like that. You want the neck to be upright pretty much. So you want it to be, this part right here is a little tricky trying to pull that out. So yeah, you pull that out, so the neck has to look like that. not pushed back and slightly sunken in. This is how you need the neck to be. And then you can continue. So then, like I said, you grab the leg like that, and then the rest is just leverage, right? Make sure all the plastic is, the rubber parts are in, and then try to pop it on. There you go. And there you go. It just popped back on. All right, look at that. Nice. And just like that, that's pretty much it. Keep the head sculpt off. Make sure the neck is not sunken in or pushed back. Make sure this is outright. And then that inside socket, make sure that's pretty much lined up straight to the body, like not, bending back. Let me show you one more time. This right here, this piece of socket, make sure it's not left or right or up and down, whatever you want to do. Like, make sure it's not like that. And make sure this one's not like that either, right? This has to be straight. And then you could do it like that every time. So I'm going to do it one more time just so you guys can see, right? Same thing, get a good grip. The leg too. This one's leaning a little bit down, so let me straighten it out a little bit more. There you go. And then the neck is right? The one I was talking about, this one right here, still out. It's not back or sunken in. And then just get the right leverage. There you go. And you literally use a little less strength than you would just trying to like force it, like without the leverage. So, and there you go, just like that. I did this like 4 times, easily popping it. Like I said, I recommend you do this up to your shoulders. Obviously, don't do it the way I did it. I'm only doing it with extended arms to show you guys on camera. But do it close up to your chest. Best leverage right there. And it should pop in easily. So, there you go. I'm going to show you guys with this one here as well, just in case you guys have this figure and not the other one. And you're thinking, well, mine's is not like that one. I've heard people say, etc., etc. They're different when it's trying to pop back in. Whatever the reason is, I'm going to show you on this one too. Same thing works, same method, same way. So if you already have it popped off, right? I know some of you probably haven't messed with it because you don't want to break it and you just, have it like this. Like I said, I recommend you detach the head, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, there you go. I recommend you take the head off so that it's it gives you the best grip. If you can figure, if it's too hard to take off because you didn't do the because you didn't shave down the peg and you just popped it on like that, then that's fine. Just try to grab like a towel, something that's just gonna give you a piece of cloth that's gonna give you a good grip over the whole upper torso, so that when you try to pop it in, this is not a problem. The hair. So okay, but like I said, I recommend without the head because the head is probably what's moving this neck piece around. This neck piece around and then sinks back in, right? If you push and goes down, the neck goes in, but you want it to stay out, right? You don't want the neck to be like that. You see that? You don't want the neck to be like that. You want it to be like that. The normal sticking out. Anyways, same thing. You're going to grab it from here. And like I said, just to reiterate the significance of that neck in case somebody skipped the last part, that neck piece, when you move this, it moves this off slightly to the side or this side, and it won't reach because it's already a short peg as it is. So you got to make sure this neck piece is outright the way it's supposed to be, not pushed back or sunken in. Okay, same thing, leverage, right? And there you go. This one didn't pop, but it did get in there. And then this is the one I have the modification on. And there you go, just like that. Nothing to it. I'm going to do it one more time. You're going to hear the pop right now. Watch. Right? Pop. So it didn't pop in, but it did pop in. It didn't make the sound. I just popped it off again. We're going to do it one more time just so I can show you. So it'll be 2 for the other one, 2 for this one. Same thing. Grip, leverage. And there you go. It just popped in. I just popped it in a total of 2 times for each version. 2 times for this one and 2 times for the other one, in addition to the 4 times I did it off camera for the normal version. So that's pretty much it, guys. Leverage. Remember those 3 things. Make sure that socket is lined up straight. Make sure the neck is outright the way it's supposed to be, right? You don't want this thing to be pushed back or sunken down. You want it out. And that's it. Just get the leverage in the right place. Like I said, you don't have to grab this die. You could grab this die, but as long as you grab the good handle, good leverage, you can pop it in easily and you should be fine. So if anybody's got any more comments or questions, let me know in the comments. If this was helpful and you enjoyed the video, give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Enjoy your Broly figures, because damn, they are expensive. That's it for today. Take care.